Well, good morning, good people. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here and let's wake up the football gods. I hope everybody's doing good on this finally freaking Friday. And I'm going to wait until tomorrow before we go to Waynesboro to get working on the red brick house. I've got actually more stuff. I was so tired in the workshop last night. Oh my God. I'm sitting here trying to make the pieces for the drawers so that way I can assemble them down there in Waynesboro and get this vanity cabinet and stuff done. And I keep getting all of these Philly 500 daily just craziness. I have coined a new term, okay? You've heard of QAnon, right? This is PAnon. PAnon theories. That's what I'm going to call from now on Philly 500's theories. PAnon. That's right. The Philadelphia Eagles crazy theories, because he's got his whole thing that Micah Parsons fears Lane Johnson so much that he's just going to join the Eagles. Yeah. Moving right along from that statement right there. He's just crazy. So I was trying to get the stuff done last night, and it's just like, Mark, don't kill yourself. You know, you might cut your finger off or something like that, or, you know, you might fall asleep on the road. So I said, I'm going to take my time this morning, get in the workshop, get all these pieces and stuff done together, pick up the metal and stuff that I need to, go to the dump. And that way I'll be better organized, because being organized as opposed to doing things in a rush just doesn't work out well. So we have some interesting news, and this is actually a brain scratcher, a head scratcher here, not a brain. I guess you can't really scratch the brain unless you have brain surgery. But Cole Beasley, interesting thing. Cole Beasley had said a few weeks back that Dak Prescott was the best leader that he's ever worked with. Now, I don't know if that was some shade thrown at Josh Allen, but you have to also understand that Cole Beasley, here's an interesting thing. Cole Beasley, after he was let go by Buffalo, ended up signing with Tampa Bay during the season and played a couple of games and decided, I'm out. And that's kind of mystifying, because you had the GOAT throwing to you, Tom Brady, in a situation where they really needed you. But he wasn't enough. Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers wasn't enough to keep his interest. But word out now is Cole Beasley is making a comeback. He's working out, and he's got some tryouts planned. So it's like, wait a minute, wait a minute. Cole Beasley loves Dak Prescott and his leadership abilities. And I'm not saying that one of the tryouts is with the Cowboys. He's keeping that close to the vest. Cole Beasley, who worked with Josh Allen and was kind of like, I'm kind of, yeah. And Tom Brady literally said, I'm out. But now it's coming back? Interesting to say the least. Interesting to say the least. Could Cole Beasley try and make it a comeback with the Cowboys to be the fourth or fifth best wide receiver? That's kind of interesting. Well, you know, you never know. Because I would say one thing about Cole Beasley and Dak Prescott, because before we ended up getting Amari Cooper, Cole Beasley in the slot with Dak Prescott was great. They were always like on the same page, and boom, that ball was right there, and Beasley was making moves. The problem was we didn't have other guys there with it until we got Amari Cooper. But, you know, I'm just saying, should the Cowboys kick the tires on Cole Beasley again? Apparently, there's no bad blood between Dak, or at least from Cole Beasley's standpoint, there's no bad blood with Cole Beasley. We'll have to watch that as it goes on. Now, I'm going to say how crazy things are for the Dallas Cowboys right now. The Dallas Cowboys on the defense literally have in front of your eyes, without skipping a beat, rebuilt a defense that was historically the worst defense, giving up more points than any other Dallas Cowboys team in 2020 with Mike Nolan. This defense has retooled and literally just scrapped all the shit we used to do and become one of the better defenses. And when you think about the guys that are holdovers from the other defense, DeMarcus Lawrence, I want to say Donovan Wilson, Leighton Vander Esch. I want to say that's pretty much it. Well, Neville Gallimore. And here's the thing. Dorance Armstrong is too. Okay, Dorance, that's 5. But pretty much everybody else in that defense is new and young. Here's how crazy it is. Neville Gallimore was considered our best defensive lineman going into that 2020 season. And we went out there and we were signing guys left and right, name players left and right. Didn't bust a grape. Dontari Poe, literally, fat ass, couldn't move. And, I always wanted a big man in the middle, but I want a big man that's just not like, one of those. Have you seen those blow-up balls that you get inside of and you roll up? That's basically what Dontari Poe was. He was just a blow-up ball that they just kicked right on out of there. Gerald McCoy. And what's his name from Minnesota? Emerson. I can't remember his whole name, but there was, and it's crazy because that was just 3 seasons ago. But Neville Gallimore may be actually on the bubble. Neville Gallimore, depending on how some of these other guys do, may not make the team. That's how good this defense has become. And it's crazy to see this transformation. As we look at the depth chart, you got Mazi Smith penciled in as a starter with Hankins as the backup. Think about this for a second. Our defensive line was so bad, and I still say the biggest mistake the Cowboys made was letting go of John Ridgeway. I still have his jersey. And when the Cowboys play Washington, I will wear John Ridgeway's jersey. The Cowboy version. Neville Gallimore was thought to be our best defensive lineman, but you got Mazi Smith penciled in. You got Hankins as the backup. Hankins, when he came here last year, was one of our best defensive linemen. He was the run stopper and played great until he got injured. He's a backup. That's how good this defensive line has gotten. And then you got Quentin Bohannon, who has been very good. He is actually 3rd string. And I think when you look at what they've done to Alacone, I don't know that him being a defensive lineman, shifting him there, he's 4th on the list. I mean, that's going to make it hard. I mean, really hard to make the roster. But then at the defensive tackle, you've got Osa and Digazua set as the starter, and then Val Gallimore as the backup, and Chauncey Golston as the backup to him. So you start looking at this, and you just say, wow. It's very conceivable that they decide Neville Gallimore, after the elbow hyperextension that he had in 2020, has never been the same. But when you think about this for a second. Less defensive end. Micah Parsons, right? Micah Parsons, Rookie of the Year defensive player. Back-to-back 12-sack seasons. His backup, Dorance Armstrong, 8.5 sacks last year, right? His backup, Dante Fowler, 6 sacks last year. You got 26 sacks from your left defensive end. That's insane. That is one hell of a strong side And DeMarcus Lawrence, of course, is being backed up by Sam Williams. And I think Sam Williams may get more playing time this year, and I think deservedly so. I want to see that guy with his speed, his strength, and his weight out there chasing quarterbacks. This front of the Dallas Cowboys is going to be unbelievable. All right, so before we get out of here, Jalen Smith, another former Dallas Cowboy player who currently is not on a roster, was on Good Morning Football today. And they're, of course, talking about who else? The Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles, which are the greatest team in the history of football, and that Jalen Hurts has leapfrogged everybody to be the #2 quarterback in the NFL. Let's listen in on that one.
City, and we are so happy that it is Friday, July 14th. I'm Sarah Walsh alongside Cameron Wolf. We've got free agent, Super Bowl champion, defensive tackle Malik Jackson. We have to edit that. Not a free agent, retired, but there was like a changeover from yesterday to today. Earlier on this show, we made an announcement that it is official, 10 seasons.
10 seasons in the books, ready to calm it down and just be a dad, you know?
Have you thought of the next chapter?
No. You know, I think right now I'm just relaxing, you know, trying to just dip my toes in a few things here and there. But, you know, for the most part, just take in just the life that I've been able to acquire and earn and relax a little bit.
I don't know. It seems like you got a TV job pretty fast.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. They say I'm doing okay, so I'm like, we'll see how it goes.
We got some more time here on the show, so this is ongoing. And then I just shortchanged you. Pro Bowl linebacker Jalen Smith in the house. We've already talked about your future, which you said you would make a great head coach someday.
You know, I'm big on leadership. I'm big on holding people accountable. I'm big on looking in the mirror. I'm big on growing. So whether that's entrepreneurship, whether that's coaching, whether that's leading men, leading a family, I am going to be a father someday. So yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Jalen gave us a head coach speech or a motivational speech to Cam, just off the cuff.
Off the rip.
Pretty. I would have hired him.
I'm ready to run through a wall. Like I'm ready. We gonna win a bowl. Like all the Notre Dame prospects you put up on the board, we gonna win a championship.
Well, speaking of leading, it is time now for the lead block.
Block.
Here we go.
Recently, Eagles tight end Dallas Goedert took issue with top 5 quarterback lists in general that omit Jalen Hurts, saying, quote, he's a dog. He's really good. I think he should be top 3, top 2. It's hard to take anything away from Patrick Mahomes. Now, he went on to add, personally speaking, Jalen is in the top 2. I guess we should not be surprised when a tight end is coming to his quarterback's defense. Of course he should. But does he have a point here? There were plenty of folks, and not just in Philly, saying that Hurts was on his way to an MVP before having to take 2 games off late in the season. So we ask you guys this. Is Jalen Hurts the second best quarterback in the NFL right now? Jalen, you kick this off.
You know, from a guy that has the same name as I do, I mean, I love him. me personally, I didn't like the whooping that they put on us last year to take us out of the playoffs, but he's a phenomenal player. I would say he's 3 or 4 for sure.
So
I would say he's 3 or for sure. I would say he's 3 or 4. I know Aaron Rodgers didn't have the year that he usually does, but he's still phenomenal. Justin Herbert's coming up. Trevor Lawrence is legit. But Jalen Hurts, you can't deny what he accomplished last year and the big payday that he got as well. So I love him, but I would put him at 3 or 4.
So I think he's definitely in the top 3. I have Patrick Mahomes #1, Joe Burrow probably #2, and then you can kind of argue Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts #3 in my book. Let's not forget how good Jalen Hurts was in that Super Bowl. 35 points, the most ever by a team in a Super Bowl loss. 300 yards passing, 70 yards rushing, 4 total touchdowns. I mean, this guy was transcendent. Him and Patrick Mahomes were neck to neck, and you could argue Jalen played just as good, if not better, than Patrick Mahomes in that Super Bowl. It just did not work out their way. And one thing that stands out to me about Jalen Hurts is he takes care of the football. That's what I want my quarterbacks to do as they make plays. He had just 8 turnovers last season, which was by far the fewest of all those top quarterbacks. Josh Allen had 19. So that's less than half of what Josh Allen had in that mark. And so Jalen Hurts is still ascending. We've only seen 1 year of him, and so probably it's a little early to say he's second overall, but we saw what he did. This is the turnovers I was just talking about there. 8 turnovers, that's incredible, especially for a guy who runs as much as Jalen Hurts does, to not turn the ball over. He only had 6 interceptions. Jalen Hurts is coming, and I can
only take so much of it, but here's my thing, okay? You got to show me more than 1 year. I mean, you had a year where everything was catered to you, everything went well. Best offensive lineman, one of the best wide receiving corps, great running attack. Those things matter. It's not like he was with the Texans as Davis Mills with, you know, no receivers and no offensive line and no running game and bad coaching. So we'll see when they actually have some adversity how they do. And I know Eagle fans are going to try and kill me and this, that, and that's fine. That's fine. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Because in the end, you're free to think what you want to think. All right, good people. It's going to be a great day. We will see you tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern, here at Joe Boo's Sports Report.
Our coach here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of